So, mayroon kaming prepare na questions na we gathered online and also pati sa mga friends namin na kasama namin mag-take.
Okay, so question number 1.
Parang exam na lang. Exam natin.
Parang kinabahan ako doon na napakapit ako sa maganda ninyong upuan.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Babble Station. I'm Izzy and here with me today is Jean.
Hello.
Hopefully next year, Architect Jean. Courtesy of our
Architect
sponsor
Izzy.
for today.
So our sponsor for today is Foundree. Foundree is a progressive learning hub for architecture licensure examination review and professional development programs for architects, creatives, and allied professions.
Right. So speaking of Foundry and speaking of passing the examination next year, we are joined today by an expert in making that happen.
Ooh.
So not only did he place top 3 in the 2005
Oh my God,
ALE,
wow.
Top 3 guys. Medyo. He is also the CEO and head of curriculum of Foundry. Joining us today is architect Gerard Dy.
Hello, mabuhay everyone.
Hello.
If you can maybe introduce yourself, sir, and maybe the Foundry na lang for people who aren't aware of
Okay,
it.
so first of all, I'd like to say mabuhay to our future architects and to everyone. I'm architect Gerard Dy. And I graduated in UST. It is my passion to really teach through Foundry. It is my way of giving back to the profession. And I am also interested in taking care of plants recently. I'm also into life coaching and also self-development. Particularly, this time, I focus on my fitness. So, medyo
Something
para
to
ang dami
talk
na
about
akong
mamaya.
interest.
Yeah.
And I really found that all of these aspects, ang dami pala rin niyang interconnection or relationship with what we do as architects and particularly in studying for the boards.
Yeah.
So, yun. Ano ka siya, parang gusto ko siyang ini-include or ini-incorporate in the program of Foundry so that it will be holistic yung approach natin sa pagre-review for the boards. Ayan.
Baka po may fitness sa Foundry. Wala naman. Wala pang fitness.
Baka pwede, di ba?
Pero those tangents sa pag-aaral na hindi lang focus sa review, sobrang ang dami kaming questions about that ni Jean later.
Okay.
So, like, before anything else, ako kasi I learned Foundry through B+A. So, I was kind of curious, ano po ba, paano nag-stem yung association ng Foundry and B+A? Paano nag-start yung relationship with Architect Jason? Kasi if I can recall correctly, isa rin siya sa founding member. Kayong dalawa po yung founding member ng Foundry. So, I was curious kung paano nag-start yung idea of having this review center.
Okay. So, I attended a leadership program called LEAP. And during that program, I realized what I really wanted to do. I am actively looking for my ikigai or my reason of living.
Ikigai, yeah.
So, and then I found out that I really am very interested and passionate in teaching. So, my project for that program is to establish a school. Oo. So, nandun nagkaroon yung idea na, I am currently teaching that time in another review center. And I really love what I do. And yun nga, nung I took LEAP, I was able to come up with an idea of creating a unique school for architects. So, I contacted Jason during that time.
Are you friends po ba ni...
We were classmates back in UST.
Oh, wow.
No, I didn't know. Same batch pala. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Parang sabi ko, actually sa Facebook Messenger lang. Sabi ko, Jason, kamusta? Parang I have this idea. Parang I wanted to create a school, ganyan. Can I present something to you, my ideas, para I can present
Bakit si Architect Jason po?
Kasi Jason during that time was the top one.
Wait, so sabay kayo
When I took the board exams, Architect Jason was the top notcher and then I am top 3. Tapos sabi ko, parang ang ganda siguro kung we can collaborate on this idea and then we can work things with this idea. So ayun, yun yung pinaka-start ng Foundry.
Is there a reason po bakit Foundry yung pangalan? No?
Very interesting. Kasi when we were thinking about the idea of the name, together with Eds, one of our partners as well, we thought about symbols. So number one is a tree.
Right. The
A
logo.
tree, because the tree represents learning. Nung unang panahon pa parang it is where the teachers teach their students sa ilalim ng isang puno. So ganun siya ka-symbolic yung puno, no, as knowledge kanya or education kumbaga. Tapos Foundree is pandayan. It is where we melt metal and form it into something very useful. So when we combine that Foundree and a tree, it's like a center, a school where we develop hinahasa, parang mini-melt o di ba parang dine-develop into something very useful. So it is the idea of Foundree.
Okay. Yung teaching po, is it something you always wanted to do kahit nasa university pa po kayo nag-aaral ng Archi? Or parang hindi siya immediate na passion? Na-discover nyo lang ba siya after?
Alam mo ba, easy. Ito nung bata pa ako, mahilig ako maglaro ng ng teacher-teachera. Ayan, siguro mula nung unang panahon pa siguro. I really am fascinated with teaching and also sharing what I know to my playmates, to my siblings, ganyan. So, and also during college, I found myself helping my classmates parang to understand equations, alam mo na yung
sipag niyo po magturo sa classmate niyo.
Ganyan. So sabi ko, nakakatuwa lang na it's my way of helping. At the same time, hindi naman siya mahirap. Parang it's just natural for me to share what I know to others. Ganun.
So yung heart niyo, sir, teacher ka muna bago ka architect?
I think.
Is that it?
Oo nga, no? Oo nga.
Pero have you ever had like thoughts of being like a professor somehow?
Professor, yeah.
Yeah.
I became professor also. I taught in UST and FEU. Oo. Pero lang, mga 2 years, ganyan, 2 to 3 years lang yung stint ko sa college as a professor. Hello, my students, kung nandito tayo. I really love teaching design. It's because we have academic freedom in those schools.
Yeah.
And I really challenge the way how we teach design through critique. Nagkikreate tayo ng studio culture. So, very interesting for me yon to create that kind of environment for students to learn. Tapos napapansin ko, hindi lang sila yung natututo. Ako din. Ako din natututo in the process. I see learning as collaboration actually. Na hindi lang ako as the mentor ang nagtuturo, but I always see na may opportunity rin na I can also learn from my students. So, I think yun yung masaya doon.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned that you taught before in universities, nagtuturo din po ba kayo currently sa Foundree?
Yeah, I am currently teaching in Foundree, particularly history and theories, and also design. And my specialization, which is Rule 7 and 8.
That's like day 2 sa exam, right?
Coach ka mamaya. Kasi I experienced sitting down in one of your classes before. Nung nag-review si 8 saka si Kayi, inaabot sila. Anong oras na ba yun tayo? 7? Gabi. Tapos after work, nagsistay sila dito para manood ng lecture. Tapos sabi ko, sige, magti-take din ako next year. So, mag-sit in kaya ako. Tapos I noticed what's different sa classes is hindi siya pure review. Parang may pagtuturo din ng motivating yung students. Parang wellness din yung focus. Can you talk, sir, more about that part of Foundree? How it is different from other review centers?
I really believe in holistic learning and making it more fun in some way. It is because mahirap na nga yung subjects. Mahirap na rin yung architecture. So, let's make it a little bit more fun. And at the same time, very interesting na parang hindi lang about knowledge. Diba? Hindi lang about right side or left side of the brain. But we also try to incorporate other important aspects of ourselves as a person, learning architecture, preparing for the boards. Hindi lang naman siya about yung alam ko lang sa history or theory or design, but actual preparations of how do you feel when you study, diba? Ano yung parang current condition mo, relationship mo with your space, yung environment mo, kung is it conducive for you when you review, or kung meron ka pang parang, yun nga, issues with your relationship with your family or your friends, diba? It also affects how you study. So, I really believe in holistic learning, trying to motivate people. Hindi lang siya extrinsic motivation, but finding the power inside you na ano ba talaga yung pinaka-importante sa'yo, bakit ka nagre-review for the boards, ano yan, no? So very important yun yung core na gusto natin na mabigyan ng pansin whenever a student enters the doors of Foundree.
Do you try, sir, to get to know yung individual student na tinuturuan mo? Kasi napapansin ko lang, there are those review centers na, okay, so eto yung Zoom recording yung for today, pero wala silang direct interaction with the students. Medyo for us din na nagre-review, parang hindi siya as engaging.
Yeah,
Kasi,
tapos magsiset na lang sila ng a specific date na dun magla-live class.
Oo. Is there a difference ba in conducting classes face-to-face or versus online?
Oh, big difference. Sobrang laki. In Foundree, knowing the person, syempre is important. Hindi lang siya student. It helps when I really know or somehow have the background of that person. So, para matulungan ko talaga siya. Diba? Kung ano ba yung concerns niya. Or generally, kung hindi man ganun parang coaching yung approach, but at least I was able to know saan siya nanggagaling so that whenever tayo nagkakaroon ng classes, I can also adjust kung paano mo marireceive yung information properly tsaka beneficial for you. Ganyan. Tapos, there's a big difference between Zoom and face-to-face. I really believe in the power of the body language. Particularly nung Zoom classes, hala, pati ako rin, parang sabi ko, I was talking to a screen. Sobra yung energy na ini-input ko doon. Ang bilis kong mapagod actually compared sa face-to-face. Kasi yung sa Zoom, lahat ng energy ko napupunta doon sa ang daming mga nagwo-worry ako kung gising pa ba tong mga estudyante na to or
kasi
am I making sense? Kasi hindi ko nakikita yung face kung natatanggap ba nila. Oo, hindi ko, like for example, we are talking right now, di ba? And I see you nodding. Ibig sabihin nun, I have that feedback. Para as a teacher, I have that feedback that can help me. How can I deliver the lessons more efficiently for you? So, yun yung wala sa Zoom. But in face-to-face, it's really wonderful to experience the exchange of energy between the students and the teacher.
So how was the transition before from face-to-face to online? Yeah.
Very interesting question, Jean. Kasi ano yan, pandemic came. We're very proud na Foundree is one of the actually first talaga na school or review school for architects na nagpalit kaagad, nag-shift into online learning. And wala kasing iba ng paraan, di ba? Parang how can we reach the students? Yung shift madali in some way kasi available na yung presentations, available na yung learning, no? Pero yung adjustments lang ng teacher tsaka ng students doon sa online platform ang medyo challenging. Pero everything is smooth. I believe when we embraced abundance, the value of abundance, that came very easy for us to really implement the Zoom or the online. When I mean abundance, parang hindi na kami nag-hold back in sharing information to the students.
You talked about architect yung parang pagiging free nyo to send out materials to students. Pero we know, di ba, na parang medyo maingat yung review centers when it comes to materials.
Yes.
Strategy po ng Foundree regarding that issue?
We have online library that is open to our students. So it is composed of ebooks, presentations of the teachers during the classes, some quizzes as well, and some related and important materials for everyone. And I really believe na everyone can access it. Kasi hindi naman tayong author yung mga yan, but we just collated it, and then we collect, tapos parang we share yung information to everyone. Even the presentation of our teachers, I enrolled them, yung mga mentors, yung mga teachers natin, to share their slides. It's because information is information. What is very important now is, kung meron ka na nitong mga bagay na to, how will you process them? Yun ang question. It's ngayon, ang dami mo ng ingredients. Paano mo siya gagawing isang masarap na pagkain? Parang ganyan. So, the idea of Foundree is to really focus on that process of making that food.
Okay.
You have those ingredients, we make sure na itong food na kakainin natin is palatable, masarap, 'di ba? You can digest it, and benefit you. Not only for the boards, but we have this idea of beyond the boards. Because when you learn, all of these things are important for you as an architect. Hindi lang tayo nag-aaral for the board exams. Nag-aaral tayo kasi magiging arkitekto tayo. Dapat lang.
Yeah, ang dami din nagsasabi ng mga recent board passers na yung mga natutunan nila sa review ay hindi lang siya basta-bastang pang-review lang just for the sake of passing the boards. Pero, yun nga, ina-apply na rin in reality.
Walang separate experience. Parang may mga nakakausap ako na after ilang months nakalimutan na nila yung na-review nila.
Which is natural naman.
You mentioned, sir, you have, di ba, parang you enroll your professors sa parang classes din. Interesting question is, how do you choose yung professors?
Very interesting. We have mentors in Foundree that are referred, no? And then actually sinasabi ko nga, do we have criteria na dapat iset natin, di ba? Siyempre, very important yun. Meron. No? Meron naman. Dapat capable, knowledgeable, alam niya yung topic, no? Meron siyang actual experience sa field. Dapat, siya, very professional, no? And he also knows how to communicate with students, no? Very important. And alam niyo kung ano lang yung talagang top na criteria ko. May love of teaching. Sabi ko, I believe in my mentors that they can improve. But yung love of teaching, yon? That is something na mahirap mahanap. Di ba? And actually, di ba, parang as adults, di ba? It is our responsibility to learn. Di ba? To study on our own, di ba? Gawin natin yung environment natin na masaya. Diba? Kasi parang, I believe in you as my students to learn and to study. It's your responsibility. Ano yung responsibilidad ko naman bilang isang mentor? To impart you what I know in its applications in the actual field. And at the same time, facilitate natin yung learning mo ng mas masaya. And I'd like to add this. It is really challenging for me right now about the differences in generations. I've been teaching for nearly 2 decades na. Tapos parang sabi ko, bakit yung mga jokes ko hindi na kinakagat naman? Hindi na nag-hit. Hindi ko na sila sabi ko, ay iba na yung generation. Sabi ko, I really have to update, 'di ba? Parang it is my way as a teacher to interact more with relate with people.
Na-mention you earlier na Foundree promotes holistic learning, right? And what activities does Foundree cater?
Offer.
Offer. Yeah.
Okay. Very proud that in Foundree we have the trilogy, the typical format for the review, which includes the fundamental review and also the focus and design, which is a workshop, and then may mga vital refreshers na parang Q&A, ganyan. So that's the typical. But above that, we also offer special courses which focuses on certain topics, particularly Rule 7 and 8, estimates, and this one, the mock board exams. The mock board exams is unique because it is also a coaching program. Not only it is a simulation of the board exams, but it is a coaching program condensed in 2 days. Holistic learning, it's because we try to raise the awareness of that student kung ano na yung sarili niya. Kasi number 1 talaga sa board exam, it's not just about what you know. It's really also very important to understand and to address kung ano pa iba't iba pong mga aspects ng isang human being. So, we address kung kamusta na yung emotions mo, yung how do you think, yung mindset mo. 'Di ba, as I told you, even yung relationships mo, 'di ba, it is also very important kasi it affects you while you prepare for the boards. Not only preparation for the boards, while taking the board exams. Kung ano yung mindset mo, ano yung pakiramdam mo, ano yung state ng katawan mo, it affects how you perform during the boards. So, ayan. So, we address that in mock board exams of Foundree. And on top of that din, meron dagdag natin, we would like to add value also in our review programs. And then we include the check-ins of the mentors. It is our way of imparting ourselves, part of ourselves to the students. Ano na yung pakiramdam namin as professionals? Ano rin yung mga na-experience namin sa field? Kasi, like for example, ano ba yung mga recent na questions ngayon? Hindi lang naman siya yung ABC Hindi naman siya yung identify the parts Parang tinatanong ngayon, paano siya na-apply? Paano malalaman yun, 'di ba? Kung hindi sa kwento din ng mga talagang nagpa-practice kung diversified yung experience mo, very good kasi meron ka ng mga nakwento o natanong ng mga engineer, nakipag-interact ka na with the contractors at clients, 'di ba? Pero kung wala kang ganun, paano mo yun makukuha? Paano mo siya malalaman? So, a very important part of it are the stories of our mentors. Real time siya kung ano yung experience niya sa site during that day. Yun na yung makikwento niya. So, hindi siya stampad na pare-parehas ang mali-learn mo. Kapag nag-attend ka ng class ng ganitong araw, the same program, tapos another day, iba yung flavor nun. Kasi it really depends on the mentor. It really depends on also the situation of the mentor. Kaya siya live.
You mentioned, sir, yung mock board exam. Di ko alam kung, di ba, mock board exam as in pupunta talaga kayo on a real parang room? Hindi siya yung biglang, eto yung questionnaire, sagutan pa sa niyo mamaya. Answer talaga on
sige. To give you a preview of the MBE, kasi siya confidential no?
Sorry. Pero para sa amin lang to.
Pero I like to share this with everyone. Okay. It is a simulation
of the real day, of the real.
It's a simulation. It's a simulation. Not only ng questions. It's a simulation.
Anyone can sign up for that, sir?
Yes. Everyone can sign up
Note
for
to
the
everyone.
MBE. Ayan. So, inviting everyone to experience MBE, and it's once in a life. Kasi, iba yung, ako rin alam nyo, every time that I do the MBE with my mentors, it's, kinakabahan talaga ako. Kasi I don't know what to expect. Wala ako, ang sabi ko, every time that I start the MBE, I'll be very open kung ano yung magiging interaction ko with the students. Yun na yun. Basta ako, nandito ako, I want to care Ganun lang. Yun lang ang gusto kong mangyari sa akin. Tapos open na yun kung anong mangyayari. O kung merong estudyanteng mabait, kung may estudyante din na hindi masyado, di ba? O kaya maraming kwento na mangyayari na hindi ko alam. But what I really know is I am very excited and I just want to show my care to these people.
Right, kasi the value I see in conducting a parang simulation is part of our fear kami magtitake is hindi namin alam kung anong mangyayari on the day. Naririnig namin yung kwento na actually may dadalhin kayong envelope, ganyan. Tapos yung lapis mo, ganyan, yung ballpen, yung pag-shade. Kami ni Jeans, especially us, graduate tayo 2020. Ilang years na bago kami nag-aral, nag-fill up ng actual answer sheet. Nakalimutan na namin yung feeling of that first day of the exam.
I see.
Yeah, so at least with that, hindi na kami parang masya-shock on the day.
And also part of it is meron kasi siyang plan, parang workshop on planning, action plans mo. As you prepare for the boards, parang papalapit yung exam, very precious na yung oras. So, how will you maximize your time?
Ilang hours kayo nag-aaral nung parang the 2 weeks or a week leading up?
Really tight na yung schedule. And talagang kailangan mo sundin yung schedule. Gising ako na ng 7 p.m. Tapos yung kayong araw kasi ng 12 or 11, like midnight.
Oh.
Midnight? Midnight? Ilang? Kailangan matulog.
Yeah, I think yun din yung narinig ko din sa mga yung mga nag-take na ang hirap isagad yung aral mo like 24/7 kang gising.
Oo naman.
You really need sleep talaga.
Oo. Kahit nga nagtatrabaho, di naman ako 24 hours nag-isip.
And then may mga kilala din kasi ako na as in like nung papalapit na exam like
sige, todo na to.
Todo na nila yung last 2 weeks.
I mean, there are some people na that works for them. Pero personally, hindi ko.
Personally, I would not do that.
I cannot process
I
the
also
day
did that. May kwento din ako dyan.
Oh my God.
Oo. During my board exam mismo, kasi 3 days kami. So, sabi ko, sunod-sunod yun walang rest day in the middle. So, 3 days na dire-diretso. So, yung first day, history theories yan, building, mga dates, ganyan, di ba? So sabi ko, na-drain ako. As in, I felt drained. Lahat ng inaral ko parang na-drain out of the toilet. Parang ganon yung energy. Tapos, sabi ko, paano yan? Second day, building tech, building utilities. Kailangan kong mag-review. Kasi parang totally, pati yung mga topics na yan nawala na sa mind ko. Di-review ako. Hindi ko namalayan. 3 o'clock ng umaga na ako natapos. Madaling araw. Di ba ang board exam, 7 o'clock nandun na. Ang tulog ko lang mga 2 hours, kanya, mga 1.5. Kasi sabi ko, hindi, kaya ko to. Kasi sa college talagang sanay ako magpuyat. Di ba? Parang nagpapasa tayo ng plate, di ba? Mabilisan. Kaya to. Ito na, this is it. Second day, nandun na nga. Umaga, gising talaga ako. Pero pagdating ng hapon, hindi ko makalimutan talaga. May question doon about ano yung maliit na vertical transportation system na ginagamit to access yung mga kitchens in different floors. So, alam naman natin ang sagot, di ba? So, ang choices ganito. A, elevator. B, dumbwaiter. C, escalator. D, walkalator. So, ang alam natin, ang sagot, dumbwaiter. D, letter B yan. Nung tinatransfer ko na yung sinulat ko na B. Nung nagtatransfer na ako ng shade ng sagot ko sa answer sheets, biglang, alam niyo yun, as in, bukas yung mata ko, gumagalaw yung kamay ko, pero tulog ako. So, iba yung na-shade ko, letter A. So, elevator, sinishade ko, elevator. Sabi ko, oh my God. Namalayan ko, iba na pala yung sagot ko doon. So, sabi ko, dahil siguro, yun nga, hindi ako nakapag-manage ng time ko very well. Tapos, nagpuyat ako. So, ganun yung nangyari. 1 point yun.
May naalala nga akong kwento. Pero it was like way back nung college. So, they were, so nung college, they were like offering parang mock boards din. I think other schools also offer that din. Like before they graduate or before they enter the next level. So, yun na nga. Gaya yung sabi niyo po or yung kwento niyo, sir, na di kayo natulog before the exam. Ginawa ko din yun for the mock board ng school. Tapos, yun nga, on the day of the exam, so, syempre, walang tulog. Kasi, syempre, natatakot ako mag-fail on that or baka hindi ako sumunod sa next year. So, first subjects, that was in the morning. I forgot anong subjects yun. And then, merong lunch break. So, sabi ko sa sarili ko, sige, uwi muna ako para mag-nap muna.
Para
wala
alam ko
akong
na saan
kasama.
papunta.
Wala akong kasama nun. So, malapit yung pinagsistayan ko dun sa
Nakadorm
school.
ka, diba?
Yeah, nakadorm ako. I'm literally near the building. And then, I took a nap and hindi ko pala namalayan na I slept for like 6 hours. So, I missed the second part of the exam. So, hindi ko na alam what happened.
Nangyari? Okay.
So, yun nga, bagsak ako sa afternoon subjects.
Yung first take mo,
Yung
dahil
first
doon.
take ko, yung first take ko, pasado naman siya. Okay naman yung score ko doon. Pero pagdating sa afternoon, oh my God, I failed. Dahil I was absent. So,
Nakatulog ka.
yeah, nakatulog ako. And, nag-retake naman ako after.
okay naman.
So, okay naman.
Lesson learned, natulog ka na.
Yeah, so guys, lesson learned, do not overdrive yourself before an exam.
Di ba may kwento ka rin?
correct.
Ikaw naalala ko nung pag-shade eh. Ano nangyari sa'yo nun?
Nangyari sa akin ng day 2 kasi. Siyempre, I mean, hindi mo kasi may iwasan. It's bound to happen na magkakamali ka during the day talaga.
Okay.
Even though alam mo yung sagot. So, apparently for me, ang nangyari sa akin is, may na-miss out ako mga isang
Line.
dun sa...
Kasi sa questionnaire ka muna, di ba? Bago ka okay.
But nung shade na ako, may na-miss out ako ng isang...
Oh my God.
So, bali mga 40 items ko na bago ako na-realize na may na-skip pala ako.
40 items.
So, oh my God.
Oh.
Di ba no erasure?
Hindi naman no erasure, pero...
Avoid.
iwasan ba?
Delikado na kasi hindi mariread ng... Ano ba? Grabe.
Puyat ka ba nun?
Yes, kasi nag-review ako the day.
Back then, sir, 2 days din yung, di ba, yung exam nyo. Naabutan nyo po ba yung may drawing talaga mismo?
3 days kami.
3 days for...
3 days for the boards. Tapos yung last day, drafting talaga. Oo. Dire-diretso, walang pahinga.
Thank you,
sa gitna.
tinanggal nyo yung drafting. Sino yung gumagawa ng exam?
Kaya maswerte ang mga
Maswerte.
magbo-board exam. So, tsaka wala ng drawing,
Pero
di ba?
before, sir, is it multiple choice na lang? Or...
Yes, it's multiple choice pa rin last time. Yung, except for the design, kasi you have to draw and pass the different design requirements.
And then yung 3 days na yun, sunod-sunod, like walang break in between.
Wala.
Sila kasi...
Friday,
yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, dire-diretso siya.
Technically, 3 days naman din sila, pero may pahinga.
Yes, may
May
break
del-
yung Saturday.
Ako din naman, parang hindi ako makakampante eh. Natulog lang ako. Feel ko mag-aaral din talaga.
Pero yung pagpupuyat, no. I think it will be a no for me.
Yung hope for it.
I learned my lesson na talaga before,
Okay.
way before.
Yeah, and you know what? I learned in fitness, sleep is so important. Kasi sa pagsabi natin, we want to develop a good physique, di ba? O kaya, we want to be fit. So, we focus on exercise. We focus on the nutrition or the food that we eat.
Mm-hmm.
But we forget the most important thing, which is recovery.
Yeah.
Right.
Kahit na nagpakahirap ka dyan magbubuhat, kahit na magpakadiet ka dyan ng hindi ka na kumakain, pero kung lack sleep ka, wala. Hindi magkakaroon ng results yun. Kasi ang magic formula dyan, dapat may recovery. So likewise, in review, it's like that.
Kinda agree sa sinabi ni Sir. You need rest days or you need rest times then for you to recover your body. Kasi wala kang ma-produce na results for yourself if you don't value rest. Just like in review then, na you also need break times. Kaya yung mga iba na nag-aaral, they use like the Pomodoro technique.
Pomodoro,
Yun.
Yeah.
Oo.
Or may mga iba na, okay, I'll try to review for 5 days. Tapos, set weekends as me time or rest days.
Me time.
Right now, then for me, since I'm also like including fitness din in my routine for like preparation of the
For
boards. For me, fitness is also like an outlet for me to release the stress from
True.
review.
And with regards to rest, hindi siya about the number of hours you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It is the quality of your rest. So even though you can sleep for only 4 hours, but when you focus on or very deliberate in the quality of your sleep and recovery, that's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oo. So kahit na 4 hours lang tulog mo, go. Pero mas maganda quality sleep talaga. 'Di ba?
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, so on the topic of review, since kami ni Jean is kami yung next na magte-take for our batch dito sa B+A, at this point, medyo parang half ka ba, half excited. Malaking hurdle yung review eh. Parang same, may different mental prep siya versus yung actual exam.
Mm-hmm.
So, mayroon kaming prepare na questions na we gathered online and also pati sa mga friends namin na kasama namin mag-take.
Okay, so question number 1.
Parang exam na lang. Exam na lang.
Parang kinabahan ako doon na napakapit ako sa maganda ninyong upuan.
Okay, so question number 1. I find it hard to keep up with my review classes because of work. How do I realistically balance work and reviewing for boards?
Okay. Napakagandang question. First of all, very important to establish your intention. Your goal in the moment. Ano ba talaga yung importansya ng pagtitake ng board exam sa'yo ngayon? Kung malinaw sa'yo yung intention mo to review for the boards, malinaw sa'yo na you really want this. Then, dun magsisimula yun eh. Maayos mo yung schedule mo in that way kasi mapaprioritize mo na ngayon yung ano yung importante sa'yo.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, may work ka ngayon, tas magre-review ka. Parehas naman silang importante. So, you will communicate it properly na eh. Na with your boss and also with your school, kung ano yung pinaka-important, how will you fit in all of these things in one day. Doon makikita yung balance. No, pwede tayong mag-arrange ng work na, ito lang yung days ko sa work. Tapos yung 3 days ko for my review, for me. Pwede rin na within the day, kakalahatiin mo yon. Kalahati yung work, kalahati yung review ko. Kasi it's really stems from the intention. I need this para ma-achieve ko yung goal ko. So, i-communicate mo yon honestly with your superior, with your school.
Yeah, I guess that answers itong may isang question dito na there are people kasi talaga na who treat work as part of the review kasi hindi nila parang mahanapan ng time yung review. So, yung mindset nila is, fine, sige, I'll work na lang since part naman to ng review. So, yung question dito is, I'm not sure if I share this with other people, but there are those fantasies na, what if I take the exam now with zero preparation? What percentage will I score from experience alone? If you were to give it a number, let's say this person has had a very productive internship, like exposed siya sa construction, sa site. Lahat ng intangibles na tututunan niya sa work.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. Okay? We conducted mga battery exams or yung mga quizzes lang. Like in our open house, no, we in Foundree we promote that. Ano siya eh, mag-take ka niyan, out of 50 items usually, ang average mga 60%, 50%.
50%, 60% from experience alone.
Oo, kung ano lang yung stock knowledge, ganyan. More or less, ganun, 50. Okay. Ano bang passing rate?
70.
Oo, so parang medyo merong ano. And ito another example din. I also encountered a board exam taker who didn't review. Nag-self-study lang siya. He took vitals or refresher only. Pero ang tagal niya na sa trabaho. Parang siya talaga yung core person sa company nila. And he passed the exams.
Wow.
So, it really depends on the person eh. Oo. Ang importante dito, ang question is tanungin mo yung sarili mo. You really have to know yourself. So, get all the accessible ways how to know your current condition para makita mo yung point A mo. Kapag may point A ka na, ay, ito pala talaga yung performance ko. Di tsaka ka makakapag-decide kung ano yung best na solution for you.
Next question is, I want to have time for myself like a breather, but I always think that I might be wasting time since there are a lot to review in a short amount of time. What will I do?
I encountered this person in a coaching program in Foundree as well. The issue was, ang dami nilang ginagawa na mga extra curricular, parang extra other than review. Actually, even yung spending time with the family, dinner with the family, nagigilty siya kasi parang, imbis na nag-aaral ako, bakit ako nandito sa dinner? Parang, paano na yun? Ganyan, okay. So, what we did was, to arrange your schedule. Okay? Within the day, allocate the time for review and focus on those times. Applying the Pomodoro technique really works. For example, when you dedicate 4 hours or 3 hours of your time in a day in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon, and that's it. Without any distractions, you just focus on those 3 hours sa study. Walang cellphone, walang social media, wala. Talagang focus ka sa study. Okay? And then, yung mga time mo sa gitna, di dun mo nalagay yung me time mo, family time, fitness, kain, lahat. Okay. Now, when you are very sincere, true ka doon sa lahat ng mga schedule mo, you will not feel guilty. Kaya, kapag fun time, concert time, 100% ako na concert time.
Yun yung importance for me of doing a checklist. Kasi ako mismo, kahit sobrang liit na bagay, kapag nakita kong na-check siya, kahit hindi naman talaga siya parang, ang dami kong dapat gawin, pero etong maliit na bagay lang nagawa ko, parang sense of accomplishment pa rin siya for me.
That's good.
Speaking of parang pressuring, speaking of getting pressure from people around you or injecting a parang sabi mo intrinsic na pressure sa sarili. This question is for those people who are high achievers when they were in university. I know, sir, you graduated magna cum laude in UST before. Have you ever applied sa sarili mo yung pressure na dapat mag-top ako?
Wonderful question. No? It's true na merong pressure. Totoo siyang may pressure. What I did during my time, I still remember, I just focus on in the moment. What worked for me during that time was I talked to my auntie during that time. I became very vulnerable. I expressed how I felt na nape-pressure ako because I not only with the family, with the school, with I also performed well during the board the review center. Sabi ko parang meron akong ganong klaseng nararamdaman na pressure.
Right.
When I became vulnerable, she said to me was, Gerard, you just do your best. Now, whatever is the result of my exam, be it good or not, I know in myself, sa sarili ko, that I did my very best. Na hindi rin ako nag-buckle, hindi rin ako nag-give up. I showed up and I gave my 100% best. Kung hindi man siya binigay sa akin noong time na yon, then, hindi ko pa time.
Parang the only thing that's worse than being pressured is yung having that regret of not being able to do your best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the topic, sir, of topping, Ale? Ito, medyo magandang tanong to actually. Aside from the prestige and obviously the title of being a top-notcher, as a sort of motivation na rin for those who aspire, what is there to gain in the real world?
What is there to gain kapag nag-top notch?
Yes.
First is when you it's part of your portfolio already. So wherever you go, here or abroad, it's part of your portfolio. I think the discipline that you develop while reviewing and preparing for the boards, kaya ang ganda ng result mo, is also very helpful in your career. Gaining confidence is another thing because when you're confident because of your achievement, you can present yourself very well even in your clients or in your company. So ang dami rin siyang benefit kasi it's a phase of your life. So, after that, develop mo lang siya. Continue mo lang yung ganong klaseng habits mo, yung confidence na na-gain mo, you continue that in your work, and then you'll gain another milestone in your life already.
I think one of the reasons sir bakit sobrang daming do's and don'ts when it comes to reviewing is kasi grabe rin yung fear of taking the exam. So, parang yung isang question dito, is the fear of taking the exam proportional to the actual difficulty? Or baka yung iba magulat na, grabe yung kaba ko dito, tapos
Yun lang pala
yung lalabas.
We don't know what will come out for the boards. Ano yung mga magiging questions, no? But fear is there. Ngayon, ask yourself, what's the worst case scenario? Kasi identifying your fear is the first step. When you know the face of that fear, alam mo na itsura ng monster na yan, then you have choice kung paano yung relationship mo na ngayon sa kanya kasi kilala mo na siya eh. So, ask yourself, ano yung kinakatakot mo? Ano yung worst case scenario? Kung very clear sa'yo kung ano yung worst case scenario, hindi nga ako pumasa, anong mangyayari dito, madidisown ba ako ng pamilya ko, ano ba ako, matatanggalan ba ako ng paa, ganun yung So, ano yung worst case scenario? So, ngayon, na-identify mo na yung worst case scenario na kinakatakutan mo. Meron ka bang mga options para hindi siya mangyari? Meron ka bang mga kaya mo pang gawin para ma-manage mo yan kung sakaling mangyari ang mga worst case scenario na yan? Kapag nakita mo na meron ka palang option, meron ka palang kasunod na hindi na nag-e-end doon yung result, iba na yung mindset mo. Iba na yung pagtingin mo ngayon dito sa pag-take ng exam. Diba? Kasi yun eh. Ang unang-una talaga is ayaw natin din tignan yung mukha nitong fear na to. Natatakot din tayong makita kung ano yung itsura nitong monster na to. So, the very first thing that we can do is to identify it para alam mo kung ano yung gagawin mo next. Kasi I really believe that we are bigger than any of our fears.
So, right. So we talked.
Naiyak. As I listen.
Naapekto ba kayo? Naapekto ba kayo? Now that we talked about us facing fears, lalo na sa mga magte-take ng board na fear nila is bumagsak, right? The only way to do that, syempre, is mag-aral lang and mag-review. Pero, if you lay out the stuff that you need to review, ang dami nun, right? So, one question here related to that is, how do I avoid being too overwhelmed with the numerous topics or subjects to read on?
Oh, wonderful question. Chunking is helpful. So, when we review, di ba sabi natin, understanding is our primary goal. Understanding the topics is not just knowing the facts, no? Understanding the topic. So, to help you with that, chunking of topics will be very helpful. So, like what we do in Foundree, history and theories are related. So when you study history, there are theories in it. And likewise, when you study theories, ang examples mo yung nakikita mo sa history. So when you study, ang goal mo is to understand their interrelationship. Pag nag-aral ka ng ganyan, powerful yun. Likewise with building tech, building utilities, and systems. All of these are engineering. So kapag nakita mo, ay, yung plumbing pala, kaya pala siya ganyan kasi related siya sa ganitong topic ng structural. And also, kung kaya mo siyang i-connect sa history, kaya pala ganyan yung design ng mga tube, mga pipes, kasi nung Roman period, ganito pala. Ganito de-develop ang aqueducts, blah, blah, blah. So, makikita mo yung interrelationship nitong topic na to doon sa una mong chunk, which is, kunyari, HT or history theory. Second mo is about building tech and building systems. So, you can see their interrelationship. And then the next would be codes and practices or CP. And so, ito naman mga batas. So, when you study this, itong codes at saka yung professional practice, ay, kaya pala ganito yung batas kasi ganito siya sa building tech. At saka ano yung basis niya? Galing pala siya sa theory na ganito. So, meron siyang structure. May structure yung pag-aaral natin. No? Yun yung sinasabi natin makakatulong ang review. Kasi merong system, merong structure. Oo. At the same time, ikaw din, if you choose to self-study, be aware na kaya mong gawin or gamitin ang chunking na tool. Ang chunk is, hindi mo siya ihiwalay. Ang idea is, kuha ka pa ng isa pang topic, tapos i-relate mo siya. Pwede rin na history tsaka codes Pwede mong, kung yun ang gusto mong design ng study mo Kung history tsaka code, yun muna ang ikabit mo para mas efficient, mas relevant yung pag-aaral mo. Hindi lang siya yung knowledge ng facts. It's really understanding the different topics. What I would like to share with you as well is, paano ko malalaman kung ready na ako sa boards? Ang sagot doon, hindi mo talaga malalaman. Yes. Wala talagang sagot na, ready na ako sa board exams. Walang gano'n. Ewan kung meron, di ba? Pero sa lahat ng mga na-experience ko, oo, di ba? Hindi mo masasabi kung ready ka na talaga. Wala namang ganong, meron siguro iba, pero generally, pag tinanong ka ng ganong klaseng question, hindi mo masasagot ng 100% na ready ka. Okay? So, ako, ang naging basihan ko nung time na yon is, para naging confident ako sa sarili ko, naging confident ako nung nakita ko yung interrelationship ng mga topics. Na kaya pala ganito ang tawag sa Desage. Ganito pala ang tawag sa Kilo Mayor. Kasi ganito siya nung unang panahon. Ganito yung interrelationship niya sa mga building tech at history. At saka sa design. Kaya pala siya ganyan ang dimension niyan. Sa building code, kaya pala ganyan yung height niyan. Kasi nakikita ko na yung interrelationship nilang lahat. Nung na-feel ko na meron akong ganun, sabi ko, naintindihan ko, mukhang kaya ko to. Yun na lang yun. And I just surrender and trust.
Grabe.
Okay. In relation to that, sir, I guess the question is, how long ba talaga dapat yung preparation for an exam?
So, time.
Time, yeah. How many months?
In review centers, usually 5 months preparations, 5 to 4 months preparations. Kasi siya, it is composed of fundamental or comprehensive review, and then meron ng kasamang din yun, preparations for the Q&A or refresher. And if you want to attend workshops ng mga design workshops, it is enough yung ganong klaseng preparations. Some students that I know, they allot at least kahit na mga 3 or 2 months na talagang focused review. Kasi yung iba talaga nagtatrabaho, di ba?
Yes.
So, I think, 2 to 3 months na talagang focused review. So, isipin mo na rin yun kung kailangan mong muna mag-leave sa work. It really depends on your feeling and capacity, no? Depends on what you need. Kasi ikaw rin naman yung makakapagsabi kung enough na yung time that you allot for review or kailangan mo pa ng mas mahaba na oras.
Since you mentioned nga na kailangan din talaga ng mahaba na oras or you need a certain amount of time to review everything before the boards, lalo mga 2 months before the boards or a month before the boards. So, in line with that, the question is, there are a lot of books and legal documents or laws I need to read. Is there a quick way for me to understand everything before the exam?
Quick way na, no?
Yeah.
Ito, what worked for me, I believe, is comparative tables are really helpful. Okay? Particularly kung pinag-usapan natin yung mga codes and mga documents.
Oh, is this like yung parang tinatabi mo lahat ng mga necessary requirements?
Very particular tayo. For example, Building Code of the Philippines versus Fire Code of the Philippines.
Yeah.
They have similar situation. For example, staircase, the minimum dimensions of this part of the building. So, merong requirement si Building Code. May requirement din si Fire Code. Tapos, meron din requirement si BP 220. Tsaka 957. So, parang makikita mo na yung differences nila in one glance kapag meron kang table. So, some, they create their own table. Yung iba naman, meron ng available na ganyan. Tapos, they acquired it. And then, yun na lang nire-review nila. Again, it really depends on you. If you want to really understand, di ikaw yung gumawa. Pero kung gusto mo lang knowing lang, di kung ano yung available, reviewin mo. Tapos ganyan. Tapos if you want to parang shortcut na dyan, di meron ka ng available data or table. Tapos you want to substantiate it with stories, di is another form of parang reviewing. Basta ang importante dito, again, babalik tayo dun sa pinaka idea na understanding ang number 1 mo na goal.
Yes.
Yeah. Kaya I think sobrang dami na nating napag-usapan na parang tips and tricks on how to take the board exam. Lahat ng yun makaka-contribute to you parang raising your confidence, diba? Pero parang at some point then, too much confidence can also be a disadvantage, especially if umabot to the point of complacency. And one of the parang reasons na nagkakaroon ng complacency is this isang myth sa ALE na yung scores daw inflate parang based sa curve. So, yun sabi nila, some people are theorizing na may ganun. What is your take, sir, on that?
Based on results, I think walang ganun.
No?
So, if you achieve that requirement ng ng PRC, di ba? Meron tayong 70% passing rate, tapos meron tayong 50% passing per topic or per subject. As long as you achieve that, then you become an architect.
Ay, debunked yung myth na.
So, let's try to dive into another question na iba naman yung atake niya. So, since we talked about preparations, yung mga questions about preparations and stuff. So, this is like the aftermath of the board exam. Pero, in this way, paano ko siya i-console? Like, for example, yung friend ko ay top student and nag-fail siya.
Wonderful question. Difficult one as well.
Yeah.
Paano ba? I see it like anything or closer to losing someone. Maybe. It's like, kasi ang board exam, pag tinitingnan natin parang, when we lose it, may ganong pakiramdam na, very sad. Tsaka depressing. And what you can do with that is just be there with your friend.
Okay.
No words can console a person na talagang ito yung kanyang pinaghirapan tapos ang result is hindi at par dun sa ine-expect niya. So, ako personally, how I treat this, at kapag meron akong student, meron din akong colleague na ganyan, what I do is, I just offer myself, my ears and myself to that person na I'm just here. So if you want to voice out how you feel, I'm here for you.
Listening is yung pinaka-important talaga. Kasi believe it or not, kapag nagsabi ka ng words na to, na okay lang yan, medyo annoying siya, honestly. Oo.
Which is, hindi. Totoo sa totoo, hindi
like,
siya
let's face
okay.
it. Yeah.
Totoo naman, hindi siya okay. So, what can you do?
Just be there.
It's the
Listen.
truth.
Oo.
So, accept it. And, what is also truth is, I'm here for you.
Would you know, sir, up to ilang takes pa yung pwede?
Ngayon, parang 3 out of 5. I have to check on
Then
that.
after that, parang magti-take ulit ng units pa yun?
Yes.
Sorry,
yes. Kasi may bagong rule regarding it.
Oh.
Unlike before na parang only, di ba? Only take. But this time meron ng cap. Tapos for you to be able to take it again, take some units lang. Ganyan.
Okay. You have any other questions pa sa'yo na tita?
Yes, I still have
Okay.
one more.
Yun muna.
Grabe yung last question na yun.
Ay, ito na pala. Okay. Sinave namin tong question na to kasi feeling ko ito yung pinaka parang
Oh my God.
spicy na
Yeah.
question sa
Okay.
lahat ng nakuha namin.
Oh.
Pero we see the point din naman dito sa question na to.
Okay.
If you were an intern in 2023, taking the board exams next year, and it's common practice for people to not just enroll to one review center. Yung iba nga, pinapagsabay pa 3, 2. If manageable, syempre, sa time mo. So, let's say, if naka-enroll ka na sa Foundree, let's say for your fundamentals or kung ano, what will be your other review center and why?
Okay. What other review center that I can recommend?
Yes.
Well, syempre, kung saan ako nanggaling.
Okay.
Oo, kung saan ako nanggaling. I taught in JPT. I also learn and review in that center. And I value my relationships with them. I came from them. So, I also believe in that in their program. Yes. So, kung kailangan mo or you think you need another review center to review kung saan ka pa magre-review, I'll recommend my school. Oo.
Experience.
So, kasi yun ang na-experience ko. Oo.
It's different din for different people eh. Like, may ibang people who would prefer the teaching style of this one.
Yes.
So, we can't really recommend na 1:1. Yun talaga yung solution. Yeah.
What I also recognize din, parang I also honor, is hindi porket ako Foundree bagong school tapos parang other review centers are I really believe in collaboration. I really believe in the values that we propose to our students, and I'll just focus also on what we can offer as Foundree, and I believe that we have different take on it, 'di ba? Parang it really depends on the student now to choose kung ano yung center that will you think and you feel that will help you with your own preferences and your own needs. So yun, we are true to our purpose as Foundree. We can also recommend, and I believe rin yun, parang collaboration with other centers as well.
Right, and there are other review centers naman. You can ask your friends, ganun, kung ano yung nag-work for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're down to our last 2 questions, and these 2 last questions are special questions.
Wow.
So, after everything we talked about with the preparations for ALE, yung kaba natin, if papasa ba tayo or what, aside from relying on what we have learned throughout the review process, do you believe in luck?
Napakaganda ng mga questions ninyo. Talagang ko sa seat ko. I believe in luck. Do I believe in luck? Yes, I believe in luck.
Oh.
I believe in luck.
Okay. Hindi ko na-expect yung answer na yun.
Why, sir? Why?
Why, sir?
Multifaceted kasi. Maraming factors that can contribute to your success.
Right.
And if I just focus on what I can do, ako lang mismo and I rely on myself, parang hindi siya fair to the other forces that also contributes to my success. Possible na hindi ko nare-recognize ang iba pang mga bagay around me. I can see people, for example, my parents support me, my friends support, nandyan yung mentors, nandyan ng school, at marami pang ibang support na nakikita ko at nararamdaman. I can identify them. But there are also other factors or other forces, other energies na talagang tumutulong, na possible na hindi ko sila nakikita or hindi ko talaga na-identify, but I believe that meron. Meron talaga. Kasi how can you explain yung mga bagay na totally nakalimutan mo but after ilang seconds parang biglang meron, or hindi mo man inaasahan, plinano mo na't lahat, tapos biglang merong tulong na darating sa'yo. Oh, 'di ba? Kunyari malilate ka na, tapos parang biglang ay, merong may biglang dumaan na, sabay ka na. 'Di ba? Parang how can you explain those things?
Yeah. Ang perfect place at the right time.
Hirap. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
Oo. Kaya very important talaga na maging trusting, maging open, 'di ba? Hindi lang yung control, alam mo yun? Parang lahat control. Lahat nasa sayo. Ito, it's like expanding yourself. Expanding yourself to possibilities and also having that kind of trust. No. Actually, isang magandang learning ko recently is to attract that, it's stemming from joy. When you are very joyful, parang everything is also parang universe conspires to give you what you want. Di ba? You notice that? When you are very joyful, when you are happy, parang everything is going smoothly.
Yeah.
If you entertain naman na parang, parang control. Ay, dapat ganito, ganyan. Parang gigil ka. Tapos, dun pa mas lalo pang hindi maganda yung result. Kasi parang gigil ka. Oo.
Grabe, like, parang yung saying na luck can be found in weird, unexpected places. And I think for me, I believe that with luck, you also need to have a positive mindset din. Parang luck will go, ma-attract mo pa yung luck even better for something
it's
like
like
that.
Self-manifestation.
Yeah. Last question.
Last question is message to future takers, especially this coming.
Future takers. Okay, my message for our future architects. You are worthy. Know that you deserve all the success. Know that you are supported and you are not alone in this journey. Being an architect is a career or is a profession na you are helping other people as well. Becoming an architect, no, you can influence lives, and you preparing for the boards, deserve mo na merong tutulong sa'yo kasi you are doing this not for yourself, but you are doing it for the bigger picture, for other people. Kaya, go lang, padayon.
Nice. Do you have any personal take on everything
I mean, just
we talked
listening
about?
to Sir Gerard. Like, I know this episode, we're promoting Foundree, diba? Pero, it's just amazing na it always goes back to our passion your passion to teach, our passion for learning. We're very open naman, diba, sa mga questions. We answered like very genuine. It's a different feeling when you hear these tips and tricks from you versus from mga kasama namin mag-take. Siyempre, iba yung dating, diba? If you know na yung magtuturo sa'yo cares about you, sobrang nakagaan ng loob.
Yeah. For me naman, I really do appreciate yung mga tips and tricks na na-mention nyo, sir. Kasi, personally, we're the next one who's going to take the boards. And for me, I feel pressured, nervous sa lahat ng mga like external forces, and also right now, after everything we talked about, parang I get a clear picture na on what will I do next or what will I
yes.
start first.
Yung pinakamagandang like na-discuss kanina is giving your face a fear.
Mhm.
Sobrang ganda nun kasi
Yeah. Lalo na, syempre, both of us.
if you know what you're facing,
Yeah.
diba, mas well-equipped ka to know yung weapon mo against that one.
Yes. Just to face your fears.
Okay, so anything to plug, sir?
Yeah.
Anything to plug? Siyempre, check out Foundree. No, Foundree is a school for you. No, we offer courses that can help you with your goal to become architects. And check out our social media and website for any information that you need. Also would like to promote leadership program that I am attending right now. It's called LEAP. So if you're into self-development and also you would like to enhance your leadership, check out Innovate and also the LEAP program. And I also would like to also promote fitness. So, as a Kaizen ambassador as well. Kaizen is a program by Coach Cho Lim. That is a transformative fitness program. And I really got results from that program. So, I check it out if you are into fitness as well. Yun lang.
Yay.
Yay.
Any thoughts here on the episode we had today?
Yeah, I really love how you set this up. I also appreciate
Medyo
both of
self-serving
you.
yun kasi mag-take natin si Isa.
Yeah, and very intelligent, fun way of talking about these things. I felt welcome. I also felt na tayo parang relax lang yung setting, which helped me to also be my best as well, to give you what I really would like to tell from my heart. No? So, yan yung na-feel ko dito sa Babble Station.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, thanks to everyone who sent in their questions then.
I agree. Sobrang ganda ng mga questions.
I think we're about to come to an end. So, please continue to support Babble Station on our different social media platforms from YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
Right. And for more updates, visit our Instagram. See you in the next episode, guys. Bye.
Bye.